as Colton Herta goes around.
That looks like turn 7. That's a fast corner to spin and get away with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
So he's in 8 now. I was talking to some of the drivers yesterday. You see some fluid coming out of the car there. A lot of fluid. They should get him off the race. Oh, yeah. Same thing. I think it's probably dropping wheels on entry. Oh, and he got to the wall in a big way.
That's the championship leader, who was quick yesterday, third quick.
Considering he didn't test, that's an impressive run.
Surveying his Honda, hoping that there can still be a chance to get on track before this session is over. Let's go back to just a moment ago. We were watching Grosjean in power for a moment. Will's ready to move through. No room there.
As we know, that's over 180 miles an hour through this section. Last thing you want to be doing is dropping wheels in the grass. Yeah, a little. I imagine Grosjean didn't realize he was there.
Yes, he has been released from the infield medical center here, so we'll have a replay for you. But what did you feel there on the racetrack that led to that spin?
Not much. I was just trying to push, trying to see where the limit was, and trying to see how fast we could go before crashing. Didn't want to crash, obviously. So yeah, not the best start of practice too. Hopefully we have enough time. Obviously the car is super fast, and yeah, the guys are gonna have to work quite a lot now.
You did get to run the Reds yesterday, but what kind of a setback is this? You never want to crash, as you said, but what kind of setback is this before qualifying?
I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. We're gonna lose a new tire run later in practice too, but the car is fast. We're currently P1 with only 1 lap, so yeah, we'll get back on it. The car's gonna be ready, hopefully, and we should be okay.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Wow. Look.
Canada corner. Will Power, Romain Grosjean, Scott Dixon moving slowly there. And oh, wow.
He let Grosjean go by and didn't know Power was coming.
He's just trying to, oh, wow. And straight into concrete as well. No tire barriers there, no safer barriers.
Oh, that's big damage for both cars.
Will has every
Power's
right to be
more
upset about that. From his onboard, just listen. Absolutely nothing Will Power can do in that scenario. Just clearly a huge miscommunication on the 9 stand.
And there are not spotters all around the course.
No, you could see Scott Dixon say, I was trying to get out of the way. He probably thought there was a bigger gap in between the 28 and the 12 and was trying to give Power the line. Dixon was on the racing line, essentially. Heading into turn 13, you want to be driver's right. He was trying to get to the driver's left and allow Will to continue his lap.
Caught up with Dixon.
That's right. He is out of the infield medical center as well. So we'll have a replay for you here. We saw a glimpse of your spin in Canada corner. Take us through what happened after that.
Yeah, we were on really old tires, almost 20-lap tires, just trying to get some balance checks. Kind of spun going into 12 there. I'm just watching the replay here now. And then I saw Grosjean out of my mirror after I'd kind of recovered, and then I didn't realize Power was even there. So I'm really sorry for him, and obviously his team just, mistake on my behalf, and feel frustrated for obviously wrecking our car and his car as well.
We saw his agitation. Is this something where when everybody calms down, you feel like you need to have a discussion with Will?
No, we ended up getting in the medical car together. He was fine after that. Everybody gets pretty fired up, and especially with how tight things are at the moment. So it's what it is. But I just feel bad for the situation.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, man.
He's in car, and Dylan is with Will Power.
That's right. So we saw the replay. We'll show you here. But what are your thoughts on what happened? It didn't really look like there was anything you could do.
No, it's just Scott moved abruptly, and I was coming, and it's a very unfortunate incident. It just nothing I could really do there. Didn't expect him to move, and such a pity. Felt like we had a pretty good car. We'll rebuild it and see what happens there. Yeah.
What was the discussion that you two had? Scott said you guys rode back in the medical car together. Was there anything said there?
Yeah, I just said, you know, didn't expect such an abrupt move, and yeah, not a good situation. Not a good situation, but these things happen.
Thank you, Will. And you can tell, obviously, the...
Wait a minute. Another Ganassi car is off. This is Marcus Ericsson, but he's kept it off the wall.
That's the last corner as well, I think, Kev. Turn 14 there. Kept it out of the gravel, off the wall. Ducks across the track to get into the pits. Man, the Ganassis are falling like flies, man. This is...
Wow.
As we see Santino Ferrucci, that looks like out of Canada corner where Scott Dixon had his issue.
Well, this is not what you're expecting in a wide open road course. You expect this at the concrete canyons of Detroit or Long Beach. And red flag is out.
He is stalled. Red flag is out. And as we mentioned, that clock will continue to run now. This should be a quick one, but still, with the lap being so long here, out laps take a long time. The actual fast laps take a long time. You're getting fewer and fewer opportunities to test your car, test the setup changes, get comfortable before qualifying. Slower than before the repave, before the, than what we had seen in 2022. Really struggling for grip. So then to come back and have a car capable of going 4 or 5 seconds faster, all of your reference points are gone. Everything that you learned on the car from the test is basically invalidated as we see this nice big drift out of turn 8. So yeah, even though there's a lot of grip, they're always going to find the limit of it and go past it. So even though we're talking about how good it is, racing drivers, we'll find how to make it look bad.
Look at the top 5. You've got Rossi, Herta, Rosenquist, Malukas, and then the rookie Armstrong as Herta goes around again.
Another spin in Canada corner. That's the third car. First Scott Dixon, then we saw Santino Ferrucci. I heard the words red flag, so he must be dead stick on the motor there. Didn't keep it running. Maybe he's trying to bump start it now because he's got some momentum. Come on. Ah, red's out. This is maybe the last corner, yeah. So the timing line starts right there. This is essentially the first corner. Just lost the rear on entry, kept it straight, just barely kissed the barrier. See, he didn't even step out onto the grass, onto the curb. It's just like, yeah, if you widen your entry too much there, you're outside of that little, very narrow window of grip. Down there with him.
Yeah, he'll end second here in practice number 2. An eventful session nonetheless, but sometimes with the conditions, the new repave, you got to find the limit, right? Do you feel like you are figuring out kind of how hard you can push here on this new pavement?
Yeah, it's difficult. The pavement, it's really nice. It's really smooth, has a lot of grip. But it's a very strange feel for the car, so it's kind of weird when you overstep the limit. It's not quite a normal feeling that you would get from the Indy car, and that's probably just because of how smooth it is. We're not used to tracks so smooth. So yeah, did a lot of that spinning off track, but we were fast and car felt good. So I was pretty happy with it at the where we ended at the end of it. Not right here where we're going off all over the place.
What did you feel like improved from yesterday? I talked with Scott Harner. He described your day yesterday kind of as challenging. So where do you feel like you made big gains today?
Well, the biggest thing was just being able to look at everything for the first time, right? New surface. We were one of the ones that didn't test here, so it's completely new to our team. So we gained more than anybody, right? Looking at it overnight and being able to see, different ride heights and what we want to do with the diff and roll centers and whatnot. But so I was happy with how we ended. Obviously, we made some good changes overnight. Then made another step today during the session, so hopefully we can keep doing that.
All right, thanks, Colton. Second for him here at the
practice for the Sancio Grand Prix weekend at Road America.
McLaren team still looking very strong, 1-3-7 with their 3 drivers. David Malukas continues his impressive run so far here at Road America. And Andretti Autosport, a couple cars inside the top 10.
I noticed Rinus VeeKay made a jump. He was near the bottom yesterday, top 10 here today. Ryan Hunter-Reay, 19th, so maybe some progress for the Ed Carpenter Racing team.